Good afternoon, girls. Girls, after the tests, we are resuming our classes, and in maths, I am going to begin today chapter number 8, that is quadrilaterals. Now, children, quadrilateral, you have heard this word before also because you have been studying this quadrilateral since class 6th when you have started studying geometry. Then in class 8th, you have studied the full chapter, Understanding Quadrilaterals. In that chapter, you have studied everything about quadrilateral, what is a quadrilateral, then you have studied the different kinds of quadrilaterals and the different properties of the quadrilaterals. Now today again, we are going to study the same chapter, that is quadrilaterals, similar type. But in this chapter, we have theorems and the exercises as well. So today in the beginning I am going to first introduce the whole chapter, that is we are going to first study what is a quadrilateral, then the different kinds and then the properties. After that we are going to come to the theorems and then the exercises. Okay, now starting with the quadrilateral, you know that any four-sided figure, any four-sided closed figure, yes, is called a quadrilateral. We can also say that a polygon with four sides, right? Both the definitions have the same meaning, they are correct. That any four-sided closed figure is called a quadrilateral, or we can say a polygon with the four sides is known as a quadrilateral. Now we can draw quadrilateral like this, A, B, C, D. Then we can draw this way also, P, Q, R, S. This is also a quadrilateral. Then this is a quadrilateral, A, B, C, D. Okay, this is also a quadrilateral, A, B, C, D, P, Q, R, S, X, Y, Z, W, anything you can name. Okay, so these are the different shapes of the quadrilaterals, and a quadrilateral is defined as a polygon with the four sides. Now every quadrilateral has four sides, it has four angles and it has four vertices, right? So let us concentrate on any one of them. Let us take this one, ABCD. Now it has four sides, as I told you that the sides are AB, this is a side. Side means a line segment, AB, then BC. For this it will be CD and here DA. So these are the four sides for the given quadrilateral. Then angles, very simple children. Angle A, angle B, this is another angle, angle C and angle D. Okay, so there are four sides, four angles, it has four vertices. Where are the vertices? This is a vertex A, B, C and D. Vertices are also called corners, but we use the mathematical term, that is vertices, vertex A, B, C and D. Okay, now so therefore every quadrilateral will have four sides, four angles and four vertices. So this is how we write. Now suppose you are asked to write what is the side opposite to AB. Okay, when we are asked to write the opposite side, opposite sides do not have any common vertex. Okay, and adjacent sides have a common vertex. You know the meaning of opposite, you know the meaning of the word adjacent in maths. Like if I say write the side opposite to AB, when I say write the side opposite to AB, it will be CD. Yes, because it does not have any common vertex. But if I tell you to write adjacent sides to AB, what will you write the adjacent sides to AB? You will write AD. Okay, because when I compare AB and AD, I see that A is a common vertex. Okay, and for AB, BC is also the adjacent side. Yes, because when I compare AB with BC, B over here is a common vertex. Okay, did you follow what I'm saying? So you can be asked to write opposite side. I mean, you should know what are opposite sides and you should know what are adjacent sides of a given quadrilateral. Now, what is the angle opposite to angle A? Angle C means in front, right? And what is the opposite angle to angle B? It will be angle D. These are opposite angles. These are opposite angles. Now, there can be adjacent angles also, same. So, what is the angle adjacent to A? Angle A. For angle A, the adjacent angles will be angle B and angle D. Okay, why? Because, wait, these are very simple things, but you should know, there should be no confusion. Now, when I say write the angle adjacent to angle A, okay, when I say right angle adjacent to angle A, it will be D, angle D, it will be angle B, okay. You have studied adjacent angles in class 7th. Adjacent angles are those angles which have a common side, which have a common arm. So when I say angle A and angle B, what is a common arm here? What is a common arm? The common arm is AB. When I say these two, A and D, this is a common arm. Okay. So therefore, you have to, you should know what are opposite angles and you should also know what are adjacent angles. Now, what is an angle adjacent to angle C? Adjacent angle to angle C will be angle B and angle what? D. So I hope it is clear to you. If you have any confusion, you can ask me. So a quadrilateral is a four-sided figure. It has four sides, it has four angles, it has four vertices. This is how we define the quadrilateral. Then you can have the different shapes of the quadrilateral as I shown you just now. And then you also know that we can write opposite side and adjacent side to any given side. We can also write opposite angles and adjacent angles to the angles asked. Whatever angles we are asked to write for. Okay. Now, I hope children you have studied triangles, because in the previous, before the tests, I had completed chapter triangles also. So if you have any doubts regarding that chapter when you study, you can ask me, and keep studying regularly, children. Okay. Now, every quadrilateral has two diagonals. Now, how do we draw a diagonal? See, these things you have studied before, but this is a revision. So see that you pay attention to every part what I am explaining you. Now, A to C. When you join the opposite vertices, you get a diagonal. How do we define a diagonal? A diagonal is a line segment joining two opposite vertices. Yes. So if I join B and D, I will get another diagonal. So therefore, there are two diagonals in a given quadrilateral. The diagonals are AC and BD. Okay. Now, so it has two diagonals. Now, what is the next thing given in the book? You can you can read the introduction of the chapter. Then coming to, okay, there are various objects around us which are in the shape of a quadrilateral. Can you name them? Can you name any object which is in the form of, it will be actually a 3D shape, but I am just asking you, it is a quadrilateral. Suppose I take this a board, this is white board. What is the shape of this? If you take the shape of this, it will be a rectangle, which is also a four-sided figure. So this is also one example. Then your door, okay, your almirah door or your main door, it is also, it has four sides, so it is a rectangle. Okay, it is a quadrilateral. Okay, so there are many objects around us which has this shape, but actually they are 3D shapes, 3D objects. Okay, now coming to the types of quadrilaterals. Okay, now coming to the types of quadrilaterals, children, starting with the first one. Do you remember the names of the quadrilaterals which we have studied in the previous classes? Trapezium, parallelogram, rhombus, kite, Okay, these are all quadrilaterals. Then we know what is a rectangle, you know what is a what? Square. So we are going to study now the types of quadrilaterals. Now today as you listen or you see my video, you will start writing this chapter in your notebook. In the beginning you will write the definition of quadrilateral along with 2-3 shapes you will draw. Then you write the sides, then you write the angles and the vertices of any given quadrilateral, and then you will write the different kinds of quadrilaterals along with their diagrams and along with the definitions, okay, and the properties. Starting with the first one, I take trapezium. Yes? Okay. Now this is how a trapezium looks like. A, B, C, D. Now a trapezium is a quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides. Okay, now you know what are parallel lines. You have done this in the previous classes, previous chapters. Now these are parallel lines. These are not parallel lines because if you extend them or produce them, they will meet. AD and BC are not parallel. So these are parallel lines. So we can write AB is parallel to CD. So what is a trapezium? A trapezium is a quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides. Okay, so this is the first kind of type of quadrilateral. So what you will do, you will write the trapezium, you will write the definition, draw the figure and write AB is parallel to CD, or whatever name you give accordingly you can write the parallel sides, and that will be yeah, that will be the property of trapezium, that a trapezium is a quadrilateral with what? With one pair of parallel sides, the other sides are non-parallel. Okay, now coming to kite. Kite. Now this is how the kite looks like. Yes. Now A, B, C, D. When we talk about kite, it is also a quadrilateral with the consecutive sides equal. Okay. So therefore we write a kite is a quadrilateral. That means it is a four-sided figure with these consecutive pairs equal. Equal consecutive pairs. So we will write AB is equal to BC and AD is equal to CD. So this is kite. You will draw, you will write the definition and show the equal sides. Okay, so trapezium, you know, it is a quadrilateral with one pair of parallel sides and the other two sides are non-parallel. And then the next one you will write it as a kite, which is quadrilateral again, and the consecutive pairs are equal, and you will write the equal sides for I hope there will be no confusion if you write the equal sides in the properties for the given quadrilateral, right? Next, third one, parallelogram. You know that, children, parallelogram is a very common one. Like most of the times we use the properties of the parallelogram when we are solving questions, and parallelogram has different types. Means rhombus, rectangle, and square are different kinds of types of parallelogram. But before that, I'm going to tell you the properties of the parallelogram. X, Y, Z, W. This is a parallelogram. Now, why it is a parallelogram? Because you know that a parallelogram will be a quadrilateral with opposite sides equal and parallel. Okay, maximum properties you will find in this. Then number 2, opposite angles are equal. Today you will write all this in your notebook and you will learn them. Opposite angles are equal. Then number 3, it is adjacent angles are supplementary. Yes. Fourth, diagonals bisect each other. Right? So these are the four important properties of the what? Parallelogram. Number 1, opposite sides. xy is equal to wz, xy is equal to wz, and xy is also parallel to wz. Yes, then similarly xw is parallel is equal to yz, and xw is parallel to yz, right? If you want, you can give the name pqrs. If you want, you can give the name abcd, and you can write it in that form. Then the opposite angles are x is opposite to angle z, and they are equal. Okay, so when you're going to write the properties, children, along with that you're going to write these points. Fine. Then x will be equal to z and y will be equal to angle w. Yes. Then these two diagonals, they bisect each other. What is the meaning of bisect each other? Bisect each other means ox is equal to oz, then OW is equal to OY. This is what is the meaning of diagonals bisect each other. And then the adjacent angles are supplementary. You know, X and Y are adjacent angles. So X plus Y is equal to 180. Y plus Z is equal to 180. X plus W is equal to 180, and Z plus W is equal to 180. So what I'm explaining you once again, see, these two are adjacent angles, so they are supplementary. These two are adjacent, they are supplementary. And what is the meaning of supplementary? That angle x plus angle y is equal to 180 degree. This you have studied in your previous classes, so that is why this is just a division for you. So any two adjacent angles if you take, you will write that the adjacent angles are supplementary, and any two adjacent angles you can take, that will sum up to 180 degree. Diagonals bisect each other means what? OX is equal to OZ and OY is equal to OW. Yes. So children, these properties today you study and write in your notebook, and tomorrow I am going to continue the same chapter. Today you learn all these properties. Okay. And any doubts if you have, systematically if you write, you will have no problem. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. Okay. Thank you. Have a good day.